Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Facebook Live webinar. This is Crystal Hansen. I am our trainer and onboarder here at Tap Influence. And I have with me Chris Johnson, who is part of our content optimization team and really focuses on helping with strategy for programs throughout the Tap Influence platform. What we have special for you guys today is actually a walk through Facebook Live and how you can implement this into your current marketing strategies, creating new programs, and really being the forefront of what's up and coming. So without further ado, I'm going to let Chris jump in and get started. If you guys do have any questions, there is a chat and feedback on the screen as well, so please don't hesitate. We'll have someone communicating through that throughout the presentation. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for being here with us today. Just a little bit about what we're going to cover today. We're going to go over what Facebook Live is, why this is valuable to your brand or to your clients, and some ways that it can be used both generally and for the upcoming holiday season, since that's just around the corner. One quick note, for some of this presentation, we'll be referring to influencers, since we are an influencer marketing company. However, most of this can be translated to a brand as well. So what is Facebook Live? Facebook Live is a live streaming service offered through the Facebook app on your mobile device or recently on your desktop. Facebook Live allows fans to interact with the broadcast in real time, liking, commenting, and sharing the broadcast to their audience, which leads to a very engaged audience. Why is this valuable to you or the brands you represent? Live video really has three critical components that elevate it above a normal video. First, the live stream allows fans to interact with the stream in real time. This can help create a deep, authentic relationship between the audience and the influencer or the brand. Second, the live video creates a sense of urgency to tune in. The live stream and all the benefits that comes with it are only available for a limited time, so the audience, has decided it's worth it for them to take the time out of their day and tune in to see what's going on with the influencer or the brand, whichever. And then lastly, the live stream also carries all of the benefits of a regular Facebook video, including rewatching. After you stream a live video, the video lives on the Facebook page and can be rewatched at a later time. The comments and all of that stuff remain, and the audience who wasn't able to tune in during the live stream can still view the video, gain all that information, but they won't be able to interact live. So what does this mean for you as a brand or for the influencers that you're working with? We've determined that Facebook Live video increases the interaction between viewers and an influencer and creates an incentive to tune in while still retaining all of the characteristics of normal video. What does that do for brands working with influencers to create live videos? The short story is that this exposure is more engaging, longer lasting, and motivates viewers to purchase. You can see a handful of stats here on your screen, really diving into live video and even video in general, because live video carries those same characteristics. People spend 3 times longer watching live video as compared to a regular video. The reason behind this is they get more direct access with, whether it's the influencer or a brand, they can interact in real time. They get to ask questions. They get to say how much they love the influencer or how much they enjoy the content they create. That kind of leads into the next point on the screen. People comment 10 times more on live video compared to regular video because they can get that response back. You can comment, if you're the one putting on a live video, you can comment back in real time. So if you're a brand and you recognize one of your, great brand ambassadors is watching and commenting, you can comment back to them and say, hey, so glad you're watching. We really appreciate all you do for us and your support. 44% of businesses have tried live streaming in the past 12 months. So people and brands are really trying to be on the cutting edge, and they're willing to experiment and put in the time to determine what live video can do for them. Video posts have 135% greater organic reach than photo posts. This is a really interesting stat for us here at TAP, where we deal a lot with how far can we spread content that has been created. Just seeing that video posts on their own really resonate with people and people are willing to share them with their own audiences even more than photo posts is really, really compelling information. And then for any retailers or, any online retailers, e-commerce, shoppers who view video are 1.8 times more likely to purchase than non-viewers. So being able to see the products in a video, have them demonstrated, or see them being used in real life can be very compelling in terms of purchase consideration. So now that we've kind of determined the benefits of live video, the next logical step is going to be how to use it. There are a variety of use cases for live video, but many of the most compelling share this one aspect. They really give exclusive content to the brand's audience. Interviews with brand ambassadors, behind-the-scenes videos showing the audience part of the business that may not usually be seen, or a Q&A session with an important figure from the brand are all great ways to reward your audience for engaging with your brand using live video. Kind of the second bucket of use cases has to do with how-tos. How-tos can be a great way to introduce and explain products to your audience, answer questions about products in real time, or generate excitement about a product launch. Recipes are kind of a subcategory of the how-to and have been very popular as Facebook Live has kind of gone mainstream. That's probably one of the more popular categories that at least we have seen here at TAP with our influencers, where they're live in their own kitchens using everyday products that they've found to create some really amazing recipes. On your screen now is just a couple of examples of influencers that we have in our platform and some of the Facebook Live videos that they have done. On the left is Emily Schumann from Cupcakes and Cashmere. She had a live video where she went through her daily makeup routine. And then on the right, we have Lisa Favre from Our Family World making some cupcakes around the launch of Ice Age the movie. Both of these videos had over and above the average number of views that the rest of the videos on their Facebook page had. So not only were they getting the benefit of being live, being able to interact with their audience in real time, but the videos still gained more views than their standard videos that they took time to put together and edited and all of that kind of stuff. So the live aspect of it really compels the audience to tune in initially, and even if they don't, they still gain views on the back end because it lives on their Facebook page. To get the most out of your live stream, there are some general guidelines that we have laid out that should really be followed. You always want to maximize your viewership. So promoting that you'll be live ahead of time allows people to plan on tuning in. They can kind of work their schedule around, okay, Emily from Cupcakes and Cashmere is going to be live at 1:30, so I really want to make sure I tune in for that. She has some great exclusive content from, whether it's a makeup brand or a fashion brand or, something like that. People want to be able to plan ahead of time. Also take into consideration your audience and who you're trying to target when you plan on going live. If you're catering to business professionals, 9 a.m. on a Monday morning is probably not the best time to try and pitch something to them through a video. They're probably getting caught up on emails and all of that stuff that comes with getting back from a weekend. Similarly, if you're targeting stay-at-home moms, maybe lunchtime on a Tuesday isn't a great time. They're busy getting their kids' lunches made and all of that kind of stuff. So just take into consideration who you're trying to target and try and find a time where they will be able to set aside some time to tune into your video. What you do during and after your live stream can be just as important. We always want to be sure to include frequent mentions of who or what you're promoting. People can tune into the video at any time, so even if you start the video by mentioning the product that you're there to talk about, or whatever the case is, if someone comes in later during the stream, they might not understand what you're promoting. So frequent mentions are always good. Definitely try and drive engagements during your video. One of the great aspects of the live stream is watching those comments roll in as you're going along. So calling out, hey, please let me know if you have any questions, or please give some feedback as you go along, can really drive those engagements and get the audience talking about whatever it is you're discussing in your live stream. And that also gives you a chance to address any of those questions or thank audience members for feedback, any of that during your live stream. You can encourage viewers to submit questions, comments, or to even like or share the video. If they share it out to their friends, their audience can tune in, and it really just extends that organic reach that we were talking about earlier. Afterwards, be sure to share the completed video on your social channels. It will live on your Facebook page, so you can create a Facebook post with a link to it. You can tweet out the link, anything like that, to really drive people back to that video once it's over, to rewatch whatever the live stream was about. And then it's always a good idea, once you've ended the live stream, to let your audience know the next time you'll be live. So if they missed this one and they really enjoyed it, they can really try and tune into the next one. So holidays are just around the corner and are definitely a great opportunity to experiment with live video. Everything from holiday recipes to holiday haul shopping videos, or even a live stream of opening gifts are all great ways to kind of incorporate live video into your holiday marketing strategy. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to your account manager here at TAP, or if you've been in contact with a content strategist, we would be happy to help out as well. Definitely always excited to walk through potential strategy ideas, or if you just want to bounce around some ideas of how you could incorporate Facebook Live into your next influencer marketing program. We're always happy to talk those through. We've gotten a couple of questions from the audience, so we will pull some of those out.
Yeah, we had one question regarding how we were defining some of the business aspects. So I'm going to go back to the slide really quick so we can speak to this just a little bit more. I think what we were getting at was the question regarding what defines a business, or the asterisks that we had on there. There was no more information actually after the asterisks. We were just noting that they were the sources for those. So yep. If you guys would like some of that source material, we do have the sources for that content.
Yeah, definitely. We can definitely provide that in a follow-up. We have some the sources for all of those stats that we've pulled.
And when we speak to businesses, it's really, a brand, anything like that that's working to promote their content. So a business you can think of as a specific brand that's promoting content.
Definitely. Looks like we have one other question for now. This viewer wants to know, what would a program like this cost? This is a great question. We typically recommend for a blog post program, which is kind of our more common program that companies run through TAP. We estimate around $750 per influencer. If someone was doing a video program, we would estimate roughly $1,000 per influencer, just because the influencers typically charge a little bit more for a video versus a blog post. There's a little more time and effort that goes into that. And for a video or a live video program, we would recommend setting aside about $50,000 for a 40 influencer program. 40 influencers is that threshold where we've seen the critical mass of content, where there's enough being put out there that you'll see a definite uptick in whether it's engagements or views or any of those kind of metrics that we measure through the platform. That 40 influencer threshold is where we see that start to turn. That being said, we can definitely kind of talk through some customized programs. If you guys had less budget than that or more budget than that, we'd definitely be happy to walk through any and all scenarios that you guys have to really get you guys up and running as quickly as possible with Facebook Live.
Were there any other questions that anyone had regarding what we've covered so far or how you can implement Facebook Live? Awesome. Well, we'll definitely be happy to stay on the phone for a few minutes. So if anyone has any questions, don't hesitate to add them into the questions for the audience. After the webinar, you will be receiving a recorded version of this as well as the PowerPoint. So please feel free to share this with team members, anyone that might be interested. And again, as Chris was saying, don't hesitate to reach out to your account manager, or if you've been in contact with your content optimization strategist, they can definitely help you work through some Facebook Live strategy. Thank you, everyone, for your time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
All right, we did get one more question coming through. Will influencers be able to verify a Facebook Live link in order to collect analytics? The answer to that is yes. So our platform will treat the Facebook Live video like any other Facebook post. So we'll be able to gather any likes, comments, shares, and views. The only difference between a regular Facebook post and a Facebook Live video post is at this time at least, we aren't able to track the number of video views. So there's a post view where that's the number of people that saw the post, and that is what we can measure at this time. And then separately, there is a Facebook video view metric that can be found on each individual Facebook video that, we can definitely work a system out to pull those, but those aren't pulled into the Tap Influence platform yet. But yes, the platform will be able to verify a Facebook video post. Looks like we got another question. Are we able to make Facebook Live to select Facebook members or exclude user types? If we could get a little more clarification around that question, that would be great. So going back to the last question we got, are we able to make Facebook Live to select Facebook members or exclude user types? We are able to exclude users on a regular Facebook post. We can definitely double check whether or not that applies to a Facebook Live video. And if you want to email either myself, Chris.Johnson@tapinfluence.com or Crystal.Hansen@tapinfluence.com, we can definitely follow up with you on that one. We got another question. What do you think is the biggest success story from Facebook Live so far? At least in my experience, it's definitely been the recipe videos. If you think back to when cooking kind of started appearing on TV, that was big. All of these cooking shows kind of exploded. It was really interesting to see these TV chefs preparing recipes using different products. And that has really migrated to digital and online presence. So definitely the recipe story is very compelling. However, I do think kind of that exclusive content is where live video especially is going to go. That's really going to encourage people to tune in, whether or not it's, backstage at a concert. An influencer is allowed backstage at a concert and live streams it for their audience, or a brand is putting together something special for their core group of ambassadors, and one of them is live streaming, going to the headquarters or anything like that. I really think that kind of exclusive aspect of it is going to compel people to tune into the live streams and build that brand relationship into the future. We got one other question. Definitely keep these coming. We love these. Are we able to choose demographics that the session would be available to or exclude? I believe I can definitely look into this a little bit further, but you can decide whether or not your live stream is available to your followers or make it public. So I don't think you can segment your followers any more than, as long as they're following you, they can see the video. But you can narrow it down to they have to be following you in order to tune in. So this would be a great way to kind of build your Facebook audience. If you're really looking to boost your followers on Facebook, you can tweet out or you can post a Facebook update saying, hey, we're going to be live on this day at this time with some great exclusive content, or we're going to be interviewing so-and-so on this day at this time. You must be a follower of XYZ brand in order to see the video. This can really drive people to follow your brand in order to gain access to that content. We had one other question come in. Is paid support available for Facebook Live? That definitely depends. So an influencer, if they're the ones creating the content, you could work with them directly in order to put some paid advertising behind the video and push it out on Facebook. Because the video is on their page, they would have to be the ones that set up the ad and run it. If it was a brand created video that you guys had in-house, you can definitely put paid media behind it. After the live stream was over, you could simply take the video, create a Facebook ad, and then push it out that way. We got another question rolling in. Can you give a little more detail in regards to the post view number TAP is able to report? Is that an estimated number or people who actually saw the post? Great question. So our post view number for the majority of the social media channels, including Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest, I believe, are all estimated. Those social media companies don't give access to the actual post views. So what we do is we have a formula based on data that each of those social media companies has given us. Basically, they've said, okay, historically, we have seen this percentage of people, of a person's following actually see a post. We've done some internal research into the topic, and then we also use some common industry standards. And we basically applied that kind of combined percentage to their following on any of those social media channels, and that's where we get the estimated post views number. That being said, for Facebook Live, it's possible to go in and check each of the videos on the program that you're running through our platform, and you can pull the actual view numbers on those videos to get an actual video view number.
And just to go back to the question that was brought up a few minutes ago regarding Facebook Live selecting members, excluding user types, and Chris answered that correctly. We just got some more information. So what you're able to do is select whether it's your followers or public and how you want that Facebook Live video to go. And then just kind of adding a little bit to that last question there about views. So, it's an estimated views, but in the TAP platform, we can capture that actual engagement, that true engagement. So the amount of people that are commenting, liking, sharing those videos, we can capture those true engagements and actual engagements in the platform for you. All right, it looks like that's the end of the questions. Again, we want to thank everyone for their time today. So just to kind of go back to really what's going to happen next, you guys will get a follow-up from this from the webinar today with the recorded webinar. So please feel free to share with anyone that might have missed it or you think this would be beneficial for. We will also be reaching out with some more documentation and follow-up help on kind of best practices for using Facebook Live. So you will have access to this PowerPoint, as well as we'll be sending out some more resources for you. So again, thank you everyone for your time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your afternoon.